Shelters for divorced men are opening up across Italy. According to the law, a man must pay alimony to support his children and his ex-wife to the standard of living she got used to when married, for her not to be in need. On average, it comes to 1,000 to 1,500 euros.
We have come to a state to see where our constitution, our rights, and other laws have brought us. The result is men being completely emasculated. They are no longer men. They're like children, like degraded elements. They cannot support or take care of themselves. Their greedy wives strip them down to nothing. They end up being tossed onto the curb.
Why is there such an attitude of taking men for granted on the part of modern women?
Egoism is rising. The 20th century marked such a rise in its magnitude that it became impossible to sustain any gender relationships, none whatsoever. A man and a woman can no longer live together in any country, any culture, or religion. It is very, very complicated.
What are the roles of men and women in the modern world?
Women are not any worse or less important. They are independent of men. In men's case, it is to the contrary. Such laws and views which are prevalent in our society make them feel diminished, flawed, and under greater pressure, much more than women.
Is it a stage in the evolution of societal development?
Yes, this is the evolutionary stage of societal development.
What will this lead to? Where are we headed?
This will lead to complete abolishment of the institution of marriage. Or perhaps there will be very clear agreements prearranged by a lawyer certified in court, so there'll be no problems.
Can you describe an ideal picture of harmonious relations between a man and a woman in the future? What should they be like?
There should be no demands placed on each other. A person has to be educated this way so he doesn't condition himself to place demands on others.
What will happen with the shelters for divorced men? Will there be more of them all over the world, or less?
The whole thing will lead to the reassessment of our values, when we will no longer view marriage as a means of achieving some material gains for women or as a means of enslaving men. When we come to view this reassessment as a natural state of human development, purposely resolved in a healthy way, instead of one trying to get ahead at the expense of another. We need to involve all three, society, men, and women. In this way, the financial support and involvement in raising children falls proportionately on both parents.
A person has both male and female qualities. What are those qualities, and what should one do to bring them into balance?
From the perspective of Kabbalah, these are the desires to give and to receive, which truly have to be in balance within a person. We have to come to a state when these desires will be aimed at the common good, at the betterment of the entire society. The laws have to be such that we would want to obey them. That is, we would receive such an education that would explain to us that the laws of society are the laws of nature, and the laws of nature are the laws of the Creator. If we observe all these laws, we will find ourselves in an optimal state.